Alrighty guys, and welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today, The Mandalorian Season 2 has begun with the first episode, which was titled Chapter 9, The Marshal. It was written and directed by Jon Favreau, and it came out today, October 30th, 2020. So yeah, I'm going to keep it spoiler-free for a few moments, then I'm going to dive right into spoilers, but the episode continues, last season's more episodic feel, because first season definitely felt like, obviously some instances, beginning of end, it was very more continuous, but like the middle of the first season, random, well, not really random, but, just very episodic feel. Those episodes didn't feel as continuous. So yeah. But, this one definitely has an episodic feel. Though it does seem like it's going to, be continuous and go. Seems like it will be leading into the next episode. But I'll talk about that later. And the episode definitely had like I said, it was episodic. It felt bigger, mainly in action sequences. There's one in the second half of the episode which just had that big feel to it. It was, great. Really liked that. So yeah. The score from Ludwig Göransson was once again great. There's some new stuff in there, and still a lot of the main theme and whatnot. So yeah, it was a good episode. Really enjoyed it. My biggest complaint is that I had to watch it on my phone because I normally watch the episodes. I watch them on my monitor, so it's still not the best, but better than a phone. I watch it on my PlayStation, and for some reason, it would allow me to select the episode, and it would not load it. It'd be error or whatever. So I had to watch it on my phone, which isn't the best way to be watching stuff. In fact, it's the worst way to be watching TV shows, or well, depending on the TV show, but definitely cinematic stuff like this. You get the gist. So yeah, but I'll be watching the episode again because I do plan on doing a big bigger review, I guess. Breakdown. I don't know what I'm gonna be calling it soon, but yeah, I thought it was a good premiere. Now I'm just gonna jump right into spoilers because, I can't, talk about the episode without it. But there's a lot of rumors for the season. Back in it was around March to June. There's a bunch of casting rumors and whatnot. And one of those is true. That Timothy Oliphant, he was casting rumor. Casting rumor said he would be playing a character named Cobb Vanth, which he did. The character Cobb Vanth is in the episode. He was introduced in the Aftermath novel trilogy in random interlude stories. It was one interlude in each of the three novels. So really only 3 chapters of a book spread out through 3, but in that it was teased that he got Boba Fett's armor, which is 100% confirmed because he was wearing Boba Fett's armor in the episode. So yeah, that's just crazy. Somewhat minor character from a novel, making the jump to live action. Obviously, it was kind of like, a novel. I don't know if it was ever. I don't think it was directly said it was Boba Fett's armor, but it's like, everyone just assumed it was Boba Fett's armor. And, so that makes the character not as minor, but, and I would assume he's a character who's more known because of that, but, yeah, that's real cool, but, in the episode, at the start of the episode is, Mando going to that Gamorrean fight we see in the trailers, that's very prevalent in the trailers, and it's all, like, the first scene, before even the, title card comes out, but, he talks to that one-eyed alien named, Gore Korish, who was, at least, voiced by, John Leguizamo, is most well known for his role as Luigi Mario in the live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie. Obviously, there's probably definitely other things he's more well known for, but and what happens in the trailers, and Mando, chases him outside and ties him to that lamppost and asks him about the Mandalorian he knows about, which he says there's one on Tatooine, Mos Pelgo. And so Mando heads there to Tatooine, lands at Pelimoto's hangar, and Peli tells him where Mos Pelgo is, and so he heads there, and that's where he meets Cobb Vanth and whatnot. And didn't ask for the armor back because Vanth isn't a Mandalorian. And they're gonna do like a shootout for it, but then like a crate dragon comes through and almost wrecks the small town. So Vanth asked him to help him out with the crate dragon. He'll give the armor back. So they get the help of Tusken Raiders and the Mos Pelgo citizens, which they're kind of reluctant to work together and whatnot, but ultimately they defeat the Crate Dragon, and Vanth gives Din the armor, and Din rides off into the sunset. But then it cuts over to a guy in a black robe. He turns around, and it's scarred up Boba Fett, back from the dead, and that's where it ends. So yeah, that was a very brief rundown. There's a lot of stuff. Definitely that, the Tusken Raider, Crate Dragon stuff. That was, I'll talk about that more in a moment, but that was like 30 minutes long. In fact, this episode was the longest episode of the series. I believe it was like 53. It was like 52 to 54 minutes long. So the longest one yet. So that's cool. But yeah, Boba Fett back from the dead. It's obviously a very brief, scene. Really not much to go off of other than that he's back. It's 100% confirmed, and Vanth gives Din Boba's armor. Did I mention that Vanth was wearing Boba's armor? The Mandalorian armor he was wearing is Boba Fett's armor, but if I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. But yeah, I would assume the next episode we'll see Boba interact with Din and get that armor back. Maybe, I don't know. Don't know how big of a role Boba will be playing in the series. I don't know if he'll be an antagonist character or if he'll work with Din. I'm not sure as of right now, but yeah, and you know, I've said this time and time again, you know, with characters who are dead coming back from the dead, not a big fan of, but, you know, hopefully this is like, Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels, and not a Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker, which I would assume probably more closer to the Maul, turning, because it's TV, more time to explain stuff and whatnot, and, not directed by J.J. Abrams. So yeah, but like I mentioned, that Crate Dragon fight, and just, how I said earlier, it's a bigger feel. That was the sequence I was talking about. Is when they're trying to take it down, the Tusken Raiders and the Moss Pelgo citizens and Vance and Din. In one moment where they're jetpacking up, like this mountain, because they got a big mountain, and shooting it and whatnot. Just that action sequence, just all of that, just was so much bigger feeling than really any of the action sequences we saw in the first season. Mainly it's because it's, I guess also it's a big creature, and the jetpack, and just kind of did it, but also just the characters, Vance, Boba Fett, definitely makes it feel bigger too. But yeah, I thought it was a good episode. I guess really, the story and whatnot I enjoyed too, but yeah, wasn't my most favorite episode of the show. There's definitely some episodes from the first season I definitely enjoyed more, but I probably would have liked the episode more if I didn't know about the Cobb Vanth and Boba Fett stuff beforehand. But knowing about that beforehand, kind of those reveals didn't hit as much. So yeah, yeah. Anyways, my grade for the episode, I'm gonna give it a B+. So yeah, definitely was still a good episode. Probably would have had a higher grade if I didn't know about the reveals, but yeah. Which that's not really a big critique of the episode, because it's not the episode's fault. It's not Jon Favreau or Lucasfilm's fault about that. But well, I guess if they kind of let it get leaked. But yeah. So yeah, the next episode comes out next Friday. I'll be doing a review of that. Then I recorded audio when I was watching the episode. I don't know how the audio turned out for that because I wasn't wearing a headset, so it's kind of sitting on my monitor, kind of picking me up in the distance. I don't know how well caught up. If there's some good stuff there, I'm might cut it up and throw it in here, but yeah, if not, then you'll know because you're watching it. Well, who knows if you're watching it this deep, but yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling on now. I'll probably be doing, like I said, a bigger review, talking about every single moment. I'm gonna rewatch the episode and take notes and whatnot. And then do a much bigger one. Definitely more condensed, well-rounded out thoughts, because this is I guess a first reaction kind of stuff I kind of finished watching the episode, wrote out the reviews, bashed on the keyboard and whatnot. Anyways, I'm rambling on now, and I'm kind of tired, so yeah, I'm just gonna end this one off here. I've been Star Wars, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.